Press on your belly for a second. If it feels firm instead of soft, you're likely dealing with visceral fat. And almost no one tells you this. That kind of belly fat answers to your stress hormones far more than how little you eat. So, cutting calories harder can actually keep it stuck. I found that out the hard way, eating less and training more while my middle only grew. As a nurse with autoimmune disease who finally cracked this, I'll walk you through the 5 things I stopped doing to lose the menopause belly. The one thing that surprises everyone and the shift that made the other 4 finally work. Because if you've been told this is just your age and there's nothing you can do about it, that's simply not true. If you're in this part of your life, you already know the feeling. You get told your labs are fine, and yet your body does not feel fine. So, this is the reframe I wish I'd had years ago. Belly fat in menopause isn't proof you failed at anything. A lot of the time, it's your body holding on because it feels unsafe. So the fix isn't to punish your body harder by working harder. It's to stop the quiet things telling it to hold on. And that 5th thing I quit is the reason the other 4 finally work. So keep it in the back of your mind. Number 1, I stopped using artificial sweeteners. This was a hard one because I thought I was being good. Diet soda, sugar free creamer, the little packets in my coffee, protein bars sweetened with sucralose, no sugar, no calories, no harm, right? That's what I believed too. That was also before I knew I had autoimmune disease and I had to really watch the things that I ate. But the research keeps showing something else. Those sweeteners can quietly change your gut bacteria, the same bacteria that help run your metabolism and your hormones. They can also keep your sweet tooth wide awake, so the cravings never really settle. And for some women, that intense sweet taste with no sugar behind it still nudges an insulin response, which is the last thing you want when you're trying to lose belly fat in menopause. So I traded them out: water with real fruit or a little lemon, a square of dark chocolate instead of a sugar free one. Within a couple of weeks, my cravings quieted down, and that alone changed how I ate all day. And those same gut bacteria turned out to have another job that I'd completely missed. Number 2, I stopped ignoring how my body clears out old estrogen. This one really surprised me even as a nurse. We all hear that estrogen drops in menopause, but the part that gets missed is that your body still has to carry out the estrogen that it's done with. And that job runs through your liver and your gut. There's a community of gut bacteria, sometimes called the estrobolome, that helps escort used estrogen out of your body. When your gut is sluggish or inflamed, that old estrogen gets recycled back into your body instead of leaving it. And backed up estrogen loves to settle as belly fat. So this isn't a calorie problem, it's a drainage problem. When I started supporting the exits out of my body for estrogen instead of cutting calories, things shifted. More fiber, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cabbage that help the liver do its job, plenty of water, and going to the bathroom every day and being regular, because that's the real way that estrogen leaves the body. But it worked. If your exits are back up, the next one matters even more because we take in things every day that make the backlog worse. And this is where a lot of women get overwhelmed, which is exactly why I made my free autoimmune relief and energy workbook. It walks you through these root cause pieces, one calm step at a time. The link is in the description below. Number 3, I stopped marinating in everyday chemicals that scramble my hormones. This is the one most people have never heard of. Scientists call these obesogens, and many are endocrine disruptors, which just means they mess with your hormone signals. They're in ordinary things like plastic containers, especially heated ones. So if you're heating plastic containers in the microwave, you're getting these. Fragrance in candles and laundry soap, the shiny coating on paper receipts. Some act like fake estrogen. And while your body is already busy clearing real estrogen, it does what it always does with what it can't process. And that means it stores it in fat and often your belly fat. So get curious about this. I started small. I use glass instead of plastic for anything that I heat up. I went fragrance free wherever I could. And you have to really look at the labels of everything. If it just says fragrance on it, that means take it out. I also use a water filter. I use AquaTrue, and that's a great filter. It gets down to the microbial level and it gets down to the viral level. So it's a very good water. You just stop adding to that load. So look for those things. But there's one more thing draining you every single night, and it sets up the big one. Number four, I stopped letting light and screens like your iPhone, MacBook, anything that has blue light run late into the night. I used to wind down scrolling in bed. Every lamp was on and the phone was right in my face. It felt relaxing, right? It was quietly wrecking me. Your body needs light as information. Bright light at night, especially the blue light from screen, tells your brain it's still daytime and delays melatonin, the hormone that lets you sleep deep. And when your deep sleep suffers, two things go straight to your waistline. Your cortisol stays high overnight, and your body handles blood sugar worse the next day. Both push your body to hold on to that belly fat. This one really hit home for me because I've lived the wired but tired feeling myself. So I treat sunset as a signal now. I dim the lights before bed, the screens go down, and I get sunlight in my eyes the first thing in the morning. And deep sleep is where a lot of belly fat quietly leaves, which brings me to the last one because you can fix all of that and still stay stuck if you miss this. Number five, I stopped living my whole life in fight or flight mode. This is the big one. That deep belly fat, the kind that hardens in your middle, isn't the same fat as soft fat under your skin. Your body stores it on purpose as quick fuel when it believes you're under threat. And the quiet truth is, for years, my body was under threat, not from a tiger, but from myself. 5 hours of sleep at the most, skipped meals, saying yes to everyone, and I was putting my own needs always last. My body couldn't tell real danger from the life I live at full speed on empty. So, really sit down and go through your days at work, at home. Learn to set barriers, and sometimes you need to say no. Now, let's look back at the other four: jittery, fasted mornings, a backed up system, a chemical load, broken sleep, and every one of them is a stress signal telling your body to stay on guard and hold on. The day I started protecting myself with real boundaries, real rest, real food, my body finally got the message that it was safe. And a safe body doesn't need to hoard fat around your organs, which means that's around your middle. And that was the shift. So when women ask me what finally worked for me, it wasn't a supplement or a stricter diet. And don't get me wrong, those completely work and they're all tools, but it wasn't just one simple fix. They all work together. And what worked for me for this, it was subtraction. I stopped feeding my body the stress it couldn't keep up with, and I let it feel safe enough to let go. Menopause asks for a different approach. What you got away with at 30 just does not fly over 50. It means you get to write new rules that actually serve you. Now, before you go, tell me in the comments which of these five hit home for you the most: the mornings, the chemical load, the sleep, or the last one, living in fight or flight. I read all of them. They really tell me what you need to hear next. And if this gave you a new way to see your body, like this video and subscribe so it reaches another woman who needs to hear it. And please share it with someone in your life who's been told her labs are normal, but still knows something isn't right. And that free workbook link is in the description below whenever you're ready for your next step. Remember, your body isn't broken, it's burdened. And when you understand those burdens, you can finally begin supporting your body in a way it's needed all along. And please take care of yourself because you do deserve to feel better. And remember, we're all in this together. I'll see you in the next one.